is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another video. And today we're here to do an interesting video concept today. So before we get any further in this video, I gotta give a shout out to a couple of people because they're the one that left me this idea. I thought it was great, and then we'll kind of discuss why we're doing it. So here are the two guys I want to shout out. We have Jonas Meffert, I think that's how you say it, and we also have Tom Bystander. So basically Jonas suggested OKC buying rebuild, and I was like, oh, that could be intriguing. And then someone commented, see if you can trade a couple of non-rotational players and a pick or two, see if they can compete in the West. So basically what has happened lately with the Thunder, as we all should know because we're all NBA fans, of course, is basically, as we know, I said as we know twice, but this team was supposed to be selling. Chris Paul was supposed to be traded eventually. Gallinari was supposed to be another piece that was going to be traded. Like, this team was basically not supposed to be that great. I mean, we knew they could be good, but we didn't know if the Thunder would want to be good. You know what I mean? So, and lately they've been good. They've been really good and are a really good team. They could definitely compete a little bit. And, there's been a lot of talk about how maybe if the Thunder can't find trades for Chris Paul, then maybe they should try to bring in some players around him. Just a little bit. Don't go crazy. Don't go trade for Kevin Love or anything. But just try to bring in a piece or two to, make it interesting. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. So I think what we're going to do is we're probably only going to do 2 seasons today. Now, normally I wouldn't do that, but I don't want to go too in depth in this. Well, I don't want to go too far along in this video because I don't know what the Thunder's future is going to look like. I basically just wanted to focus on the now. So we're going to have Chris Paul throughout this video. I'm going to limit that to me having Chris Paul throughout the video. Before we go any further, leave a like. You always gotta leave a like on the video. So we are in the midst of January, so trade deadline is soon. Now I have no idea who I want to get for the Thunder is the thing. So yes, this will only be 2 seasons, but I'm gonna go very in depth on how I want to go about possibly getting some players here in OKC. When we think about this team, I'm trying to think about a couple players that the Thunder could go get, but it's not gonna horrender their future, not ruin their future, if you know what I mean. If that was the right word. I don't know what I said. Horrender. I don't is that a good word to use? I don't know. I don't want to ruin the future of the Thunder, but I also want to kind of help them compete if I can. So when you look at this rotation as it is right now, we have Chris Paul, Shea, Ferguson, Gallinari, Adams, Schroeder, Mike Muscala, Abdel Nader, Basley, and Hamidou Diallo and Deontay Burton. So obviously the bench isn't great. I mean, I actually made Roberson healthy because I'm probably going to trade him, and he needs to be traded anyway eventually, or whatever. I don't know. Is this dude ever going to play basketball again? Because I haven't seen him on the court in years, I feel like. Nerlens Noel is going to be a good backup center when he gets back from injury, so we're good there. But I want a couple more bench players, and maybe even a better starting small forward, potentially. We'll see. I know there's rumors about Steven Adams. I know there's rumors about Gallinari, but I might keep both. We'll see. If I'm going to trade one, it'd be Gallinari because he's actually the one on the 1-year contract. But we'll see. We'll see where we go with that. But the first player I want to try to get, who's been rumored to be traded, he's on a 1-year deal. He ended up, pulling a DeAndre Jordan on a certain team. I'm going to keep giving you hints. He was supposed to go to San Antonio. The Spurs traded Davis Bertans to the Wizards to free up money to get him. He backed out, and then he went to the Knicks. You guys probably already know who I'm talking about. That's Marcus Morris Sr. on the Knicks. So he's been in some trade rumors. He's on a 1-year contract, like I said, and a team that is contending might want him. And he's been doing pretty good for the Knicks. So I like the idea of the Thunder possibly going to get him. So let's see if we can get him. He's on a 1-year deal. It's going to help you compete a little bit, but it's not going to, make your future go bad. You're probably only going to have to trade like a protected first or something. We're not trading Shea. That's for damn sure. That is not happening. But let's see what other trades they want. Gallinari, and we give them a couple firsts. Yeah, you're high on that as well. And they want Steven Adams, and they give us Marcus Morris Sr. Okay. So I'm not totally opposed to these last 2 trades. I don't want to give up 2 firsts for Marcus Morris Sr. Don't get me wrong. But let's see if I can make my own trade. Let's see if we can make something work here. So let's go to the Knicks. And let's see what we can find, that they might like. So Marcus Morris Sr., 3.5-star trade rating. So he has been good this season. But I want to offer them Roberson. I really do. And I think it is fair that, what's his name, Morris should be, is worth the first this season. I think. A protected first, unprotected, whatever you may think. I think he's worth the first this season. So let's see if that's going to make it happen. It's not. Okay. I figured it wouldn't, but, you know, we got to try anyway. Let's see. Justin Patton. Of course, they're not going to be able to do it. Wayne Ellington. Wow. I did not expect that to go through like that. But just like that, we have Marcus Morris Sr., Wayne Ellington for Roberson, a first, and Justin Patton. 9.35 trade exception as well. Okay, interesting. So, Marcus Morris Sr., check that off the list. Very good player. He could start, or you could even have him come off the bench. I prefer him to possibly come off the bench. You know, I'm not totally opposed to him starting either. He actually probably wouldn't be a bad starter. So, let's start this man. So, that's our starting small forward now. So, Chris Paul, Shea, Marcus Morris Sr., Gallinari, Adams, Mr. Dennis Schroeder, Hamdou Diallo, Wayne Ellington, and Abel Nader. So, yeah, we still have some problems at the bench. Don't get me wrong. But let's continue to try to fix that. So, another thing I just noticed, I'm sending Mr. Basley to the G League. I know he's been playing minutes for this team a little bit this season when Gallinari's been out. But I just don't need him right now. So, let's go. Let's trade Wayne Ellington, who has $8 million on his contract. And let's go Deontay Burton maybe too and see what this could get me. Let's see what we got around the league. Justin Holiday. Okay, nothing great there. I'm trying to think of another player who might be interesting to bring here. Gallinari. If there was one player I would see the Thunder trading, it would be Gallinari. Just because it's on a one-year deal, you might as well get value for him if you don't plan on re-signing him. So let's see what we might be able to get for him. Although we don't really have a power forward to fill in for him if we trade him. You got Clarkson. I wouldn't mind that. Bielitsa and Dedmon. So we get Dwayne Dedmon. But that doesn't give me a whole lot of value. I mean, that gives me a power forward and all, but I don't know. Evan Fournier, Augustine, Will Barton. I mean, Gallinari is worth the first too, in my opinion. So, and I'm not really seeing that. Whiteside would be cool and all, but I'm not seeing any trades I like, to be honest. So, I think I'm going to just stick with Gallinari. I'm going to trade for one more bench player, I think, and that's going to be it. So, Diallo, dunk contest, Mr. Champion. So I'm going to try to stay away from trading him. Let's go Muscala and Ferguson in a first. Isaiah Thomas and Gary Payton. We don't need point guards, unfortunately. So let's try something else. Okay, let's go. Let's Ferguson in a first. Let's see what this gives me. Okay, Dunn and Valentine. It's not terrible. Henson, Lynn, Roberson, Joe Harris. We get a first for Mr. Harris. I'm not totally down with that, but I'm not opposed to it either. I think I'll do this. We get Rodion Karuks as well, who could be another G League candidate, and that could help the Thunder with their rebuild as well. So, actually, I like this trade. So, we give you Wayne Ellington and Ferguson in a first. That's a 2021 unprotected OKC pick. Let's go for, like, 2024 unprotected Clippers pick. You're not getting back enough? Really? 2020. What about 2022? How about a second as well, if you really want to get stingy? How about another second? Oh my goodness, whatever. Just take the damn first round pick then and just call it good. I don't want to trade first, but in real life, they shouldn't be trading their first, in my opinion. But just like that, Chris Paul, Shea, Morris Sr., Gallinari, Adam Schroeder. Then you have Joe Harris come off the bench as well. And you have Hamdou Diallo. And then you have Nerlens as well, eventually joining the team again as well. So I think I'm going to call this good. So we bought, the Thunder became buyers. That's what I'm gonna call this video. I think I'm gonna call it the Oklahoma City Thunder Buyer Rebuild or something weird like that. So you guys will see the title, of course. But yeah, this is gonna be the team now. This should be interesting to see if these moves can change anything for the Thunder. Obviously expecting to make the playoffs, and then we'll do one off season and just, you know, kind of predict what the Thunder might do and see what we can do. Season comes to an end. As we would expect, LeBron James is your most valuable player. Rookie of the Year goes to John Morant. Dennis Schroeder is your 6th man of the year. I absolutely do expect this man to win it. If the Thunder make the playoffs, that's all more of the reason why he should win it. And he's been the most consistent 6th man of the year, I think. I mean, he's been really good. I know, obviously, there's Lou Williams out there, but I think Dennis Schroeder deserves that award this year. I really do. And then most improved, Terry Rozier. Good for him as well. So, All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, and All-NBA third team. And here's your all-defensive first team and all-defensive second team. We do get Chris Paul, which is good. So we did end up making playoffs as a 6th seed. You know, that's kind of what we could expect. The Thunder are, I think, are hovering over the 8th seed right now, I believe. And then they might be 7th seed now I think about it. But we'll see. I'm not looking right now. I'm not really too worried about it. But we have 19 points from Chris Paul. You had 19 from Dennis Schroeder. 17 from Marcus Morris Sr. So obviously the guy came over here and scored the ball, which is good. Gallinari, I actually extended him because they gave me the option to. I think $11 million, $12 million if the Thunder don't trade him, extend him, and then you could trade him again. Like you would eventually trade him at next year's trade deadline. So that was my initial thought. So that's what we did. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, 16 points. Of course, this guy is here to stay for a long time. Then you got Steven Adams and Joe Harris, who did all right as well. So we made a little bit of investments. Probably not going to do too much, but like I said, the Thunder aren't in position to win a championship anyway. It was just an interesting concept that the Thunder went from a team that we think should probably be selling to a team that could honestly be buying. Like they really could be, just because of how much talent they really have, which I'm happy for them. So we got the Blazers and the Rockets. We have the Lakers and the Mavericks, and we got the Bucks and the Miami Heat. Let's see who gets taken down first. All right, we got the Bucks. Oh my gosh, my throat is killing me, boys. I need some water. I don't know why I didn't get some earlier, but we got the Lakers and the 76ers, and the Lakers win the championship in 4 games. All right, so we got a whole offseason to go through. Now, this is going to be weird because I have no clue what I'm going to be doing. I have no idea what I'm going to be limited to, and I don't know what the Thunder's offseason is going to look like. Maybe they'll find a trade for Chris Paul in this offseason. Maybe they won't. I'm just going to keep him because why not? So I'm going to keep him. So I'm going to assume the Thunder would, start the rebuild process a little bit more in this offseason. We do end up with the 21st pick, and of course we traded our picks, so the Knicks have it, unfortunately. And then staff signing Billy Donovan is still the head coach. I don't know if they're going to keep him around, but I'll just leave him. I'll just leave him for now. And then for the NBA draft, we have a 21st pick. Okay, let's see if we can trade. Maybe not Dennis Schroeder necessarily. Actually, maybe in this offseason to start, I don't know, man. It's so complicated because if you can't find a trade for Chris Paul, are you better off just keeping a team around him? Because, in my opinion, you kind of are. I don't know. I guess we'll keep him. Like I said, I'm keeping Chris Paul, so I guess I won't trade too many players. Let's go with the 21st overall pick and see what we can get. Obviously, we want to take the best prospect available to start the, to help out the Thunder. We got Tyler Bay. Ramsey. I think I'm gonna take Ramsey out of Texas Tech. I don't know, maybe he could eventually be the point guard behind or the shooting guard, however they want to do it. He is a 71 overall, so kind of an L pick, but it's all right, not too big of a deal. We'll go ahead and sign him. Player options: Hamdou Diallo, Mike Muscala declines, and Abel Nader. And then you got your qualifying offers: Kevin Hervey, and yeah, we're gonna decline all those guys as well. All right. So let's see what the team is looking like as of right now. We have negative $33 million in cap space. Marcus Morris Sr. is a big free agent. I'm not going to bring him back. You got Joe Harris, who's a big free agent. As well, a big free agent as well. I'm not bringing him back either. All right, so when we look at the team as a whole right now, we have Schroeder, we have Chris Paul. I think I'm going to keep these guys together. We have Shea. Obviously, he's not going anywhere. Small forwards, we don't have any. Gallinari, we're going to keep him because we signed him, so we're probably going to maybe trade him at the trade deadline if I decide to. Steven Adams, I think is a guy we could trade. I think it's possible. So I think I'm gonna look for a trade for him. He's gonna be one of the guys we do trade. All right. So Sixers want to give me Tobias Harris. I don't want him, and I don't think it helps out the Thunder in any way necessary. Okay, you got Justice Winslow and Dion Waiters. Winslow is a young piece and all, but the Miami Heat have Bam Adebayo. Devontae Graham. If we didn't have a point guard, I would do this. We do, though. Buddy Hield. Interesting. I'm not opposed to that, but Jamal Murray, Will Barton. That's another interesting trade. You got Malcolm Brogdon, Jackson Hayes, and Josh Hart. Wow, this is actually a great trade for a rebuilding team, honestly. It really is. But the Pelicans are a rebuilding team themselves. But I don't care about the Pelicans in this video, so I'm 100,000% doing this trade because Jackson Hayes is a young center, and Josh Hart is a young shooting guard. It doesn't get any better than that. I know we just drafted this guy, but I'm doing this trade 1,000%. We're doing this, and we're going to run with it. So we have $23 million after that trade as well. So Jackson Hayes is going to be maybe the starting center of the Thunder for the foreseeable future. Just kidding. Probably just in this video. But, anyway, he is, he's on the Thunder now. So we do need a small forward as well. Obviously, going out there and getting Brandon Ingram would be amazing and all, but that's definitely not going to happen. So let's see what small forwards we can sign. Not bringing Morris back, like I said. Let's see if we can invest in somebody else. Bertans, is there any? Burks is 28. Iguodala, not going to get him. What other small forwards couldn't we afford? We got Alex Burks, Iguodala, Ennis, Derek Jones Jr. You got your Joe Harris's of the world, Valentine. You know what? Let's sign Derek Jones Jr. Why not? I'm not opposed to that. He's 23, very raw talent. Okay, maybe not raw, because the dude just dunks everywhere he wants to. So welcome to the team, Derek Jones Jr. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we basically just need like a backup center, maybe a little bit of something, and then we should be good. Plumlee, Baines, Biyombo, Fareed, Okafor. Should we bring the other Pelicans center as well? Probably not. Damian Jones, Hernan Gomez, Willie Selena Gomez. Let's bring in Willie Selena Gomez. And I think that's about all I'm going to do. Yeah, I like that. So we're going to go Willie Selena Gomez. Let's go to player progression and see how it's treating us. I know Chris Paul will probably go down in overall. Gallinari might as well. But just like that, you know, we did a trade to start the rebuild a little bit more. We got Jackson Hayes, who obviously he probably wouldn't, you know, get traded to the Thunder in real life, but this is just 2K, so we can do whatever we want. Training camps, once we get past these, we'll look at the rotation together. And I think I'll possibly stop at the trade deadline to maybe trade Gallinari. But boys, I'm gonna need some water before I do anything else. So hopefully we can get past this real quick, because my throat is burning like a I'm not gonna say it. But let's go to auto generate those rookies, because like I said, I was only gonna do 2 seasons today. I didn't want to go too in depth or too far into the future with the Thunder. I did a Thunder rebuild not too long ago anyway. So Jackson Hayes, we're gonna send him some untapped potential. Let's go with Shea as well, of course, and let's go Basley maybe, or even Derek Jones Jr. actually, possibly. Let's go with that. So just like that, we got him going, and let's go look at the rotation all together. So it is a 9-man rotation still with Chris Paul, Shea, Derek Jones Jr., Gallinari, Jackson Hayes, Mr. Dennis Schroeder, Willie Selena Gomez, Josh Hart, Hamdou Diallo, and Basley. I'm going to give Basley those last few minutes because we need a backup power forward. So, yeah, we'll roll with this, see how it goes. We are a 3-star system at Grit and Grime. I guess I'll leave it there because I can't really go up anywhere else. I will decide if I want to stop the trade deadline to possibly trade Gallinari, but if not, you guys will see me at the end of the season, of course. The trade deadline, and like I said, I thought I would trade Gallinari, and I'm going to. We're going to get a first-round pick from the 76ers, and then we're going to take back Willie Cauley-Stein in return. That's about it. So I'm just basically doing this for the first-round pick, obviously. So, yeah, we're 19 and something right now, so obviously we're not probably going to make the playoffs. So I'll go ahead and probably simulate this and probably just leave it at that. I don't even think there's any point of showing really anything else. I'm just going to talk to you guys for a minute here because... yeah, we're not gonna make playoffs. Like I said, I was only gonna do 2 seasons. I'm not going any further in this video, so I think I might just end it here. I don't know. I don't like ending it here because it's weird, but we're not making the playoffs right now. We're just not going to. We're 19 and 36, maybe, and then now, well, basically what can happen from here if this went this route, which I doubt it's going to. Obviously, this is 2K, so there's probably no way it would go this route, but possibly it could. So I'm going to talk a little bit about some stuff. I'm going to stop the simulation, and let's talk about some stuff. So Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is going to be the future of the team. Dennis Schroeder, actually, I messed up. I should have traded him as well, probably. Or you could re-sign him if you wanted to at the extension deadline. I don't know if he wants to re-sign, possibly. Some free agents. Where's contract extension? Somewhere in there. I probably... pass it. I always do because I feel pressured to find it fast, and I always pass it. But maybe maybe the contract extension deadline passed already and I just didn't even notice. It probably just did, didn't it? I don't know. Okay, anyway, let's get back to talking. So you could probably trade Dennis Schroeder at the trade deadline as well if things are going this bad. And then if you still can't find a trade for Chris Paul, going into the offseason, he'll most likely accept his player option, or maybe, just maybe, he would be weird and decline it because he wants to go win a championship. Who knows? Who knows what Chris Paul might be thinking at that time of his career. And then just maybe on a 1-year deal, you could possibly find somebody to take his contract. Maybe, just maybe. You never know, though. And then, obviously, you know, you want to get some young pieces and some building blocks as you keep trying to stay competitive going forward. But I like this Thunder team. It has a very bright future ahead of them. I really like the fact that they are competitive this year, even, you know, despite everybody counting them out. You know, they should be selling. They should be selling a lot of, trading all their players away. They should be bad. They're doing good. So I think I'm gonna end it here. I appreciate you guys for watching the video. I know this was a little bit of a weird one. So anyways, guys, I'm gonna end it here. This is Crashables, and I'm saying